This is everything I'm shipping out on Monday. I had a good start to the week. I have 8 items going out. My vacation is technically over at this point, so I'm back to packing orders at night and shipping them in the morning, dropping them off at the post office on my way to work. First up, sold these Hordes tokens. These ended up selling for $13.49. Next up, sold a DVD, Quarantine. This is brand new sealed. Paid $1 for it. Ended up selling for $9.99. Next up here, I got another vintage Madame Alexander doll. This one ended up selling for $45.99, so solid sale here. I technically paid $6.25 for this, but I'm in the profit now for all these dolls, so that doesn't really matter anymore, so happy with this sale. Next up, sold this little helmet for a mask figure, this tiny little thing. Ended up selling for $14.24. Someone get the dustpan, please. Like, I can't believe people pay that for this little tiny thing, but I guess these things could easily go missing, so they probably are a lot rarer than the actual figures themselves, so really happy with that sale there. Next up, sold a magic card. We got Sneak Attack, foil borderless from Double Masters. This ended up selling for $19.99. Next up, sold one of these vintage collection Hot Wheels. This is a blue Mustang. I paid $2.43 for this. Ended up selling for $17.99. I actually don't have any more blue ones. This was the last blue one I had. Next up, sold a rock. This is an awesome sale here. Just this plastic rock from a Mask Boulder Hill playset. This thing ended up selling for $14.24. Get the dustpan, please. And then last up for the day, I actually ran an auction for 2 of these tiny little Insiders micro machines. These were just at like a bottom of a box. Otherwise, I would have loaded them up with the other micro machines I sold before. But I started this auction at $9.99 because I didn't know how to value these. And it ended up going for $14.06. Buyer paid right away, no problems there. I'm happy with that. I didn't really care what I got for these, but I'm just glad the auction went smooth. This is everything I'm shipping out on Tuesday. I have 4 orders going out. Some pretty good sales here. First up, solid DVD sale. This is Ultraman, the complete series, brand new sealed. This ended up selling for $24.99. This was part of the $200 haul I just picked up last week, so really good to see this sell already. Next up, I have a few vintage Transformers that sold all right in a row. This one here is Needle Nose. This is actually incomplete and still ended up selling for $49.99. This is obviously vintage, so really good sale here for this little guy. Next up, got another vintage Transformer. This one is also incomplete. This is Perceptor, sold for $14.99, so not as much value in this one. And then last up for the day, another vintage Transformer, Soundwave. This one is incomplete and broken. It does have a lot of the accessories though, so that did probably help the value, but still, it wasn't complete. Ended up selling for $39.99. This is everything I'm shipping out on Wednesday. I have 5 orders going out. First up, sold a CD, this Don Shirley Jazz CD. Paid 25 cents for this. It's sealed, sold for $10.49. Next up, got a DVD, 12 rounds with John Cena. This is sealed as well. Paid $1 for it, sold for $9.99. Got this Guild Ball Falconers Guild dice pack. Ended up selling for $12.74. Next up here, I got some magic cards. This is the Secret Lair Drop Series Godzilla Lands. So at one point, I bought these. The Secret Lair drops, they're available for sale for a limited amount of time, and then after that, you just can't buy them anymore. And at one point, I was going to buy these and try to hold on to them. And hopefully they would go up in value over time, even though that's not guaranteed. And I don't know, I bought one and just decided to bail on the project. To be completely honest, I'd rather just have my money invested in stocks rather than magic cards like this. So I just sold this to pretty much get my money back, but I think I ended up making a little money here. I think with like tax and shipping, this was like 30-40 bucks. Ended up selling for $59.99, so I wasn't planning on it, but I did make some money. But really, I just wanted my money back to get it invested in the market rather than in these cards. But yeah, so that was an experiment, and I'm just not going to be doing that anymore. But yeah, glad to get rid of that, get my money invested, get it rolling. And then last up for the day, sold this Ultraman DVD. This is pre-owned, paid $1 for it, sold for $9.99. It is Thursday morning, and I have 8 orders to ship out today, so this is pretty good. The week's been going pretty good so far. Keep in mind, I'm just part-time, you guys, doing this, so to ship out 8 items in one day is, for me, it's really good. I know for some people it won't be much, but I'm definitely happy with it. First up, sold this Mickey Mouse Youth t-shirt. This is a girlfriend item. This thing I had a long time, finally sold for $9.99. Next up, sold one of these Hot Wheels vintage collection. This is a red Mustang. Paid $2.43 for this one. Ended up selling for $19.99, and I think I still have more of these, so I'll just list another one. Those seem to be selling pretty good. Next up, sold a CD, introducing Joss Stone Deluxe Edition. This is brand new sealed. This is something I just picked up last week in that $200 haul. So I'm glad to see this sell right away. Ended up selling for $14.99. Next up, got a DVD going out, The Night Strangler. This is pre-owned. I paid $2 for it. Ended up selling for $11.99. And next up here, I got this little Micro Machines Travel City. This is incomplete, but it didn't matter. Still sold. Ended up selling for $16.99, I believe. Yeah, $16.99. So not too bad. I still have a bunch of those left as well. Next up, sold a Magic card, Stoneforge Mystic. This is a foil borderless double masters version. I know I said when I opened that box that I was going to keep this, but I decided against it. The only thing I need to be collecting these days are stocks and dividends, so I don't need to get involved starting to collect other items. So yeah, it sold for $39.99, solid sale there. Next up, sold a DVD, this Kane See No Evil DVD. This is brand new sealed, paid $1 for it, sold for $9.99. And last up, I got another Hot Wheels vintage collection. This is a Nomad. So out of the boxes of Hot Wheels I got, the first time I picked them up, I got a bunch of these, and these ones are actually kind of duds. They just don't have much value. Unfortunately, I have a bunch of them, but, you know, I'll still sell them for $10. If anyone wants them, I'll make my, you know, $4 or $5 profit per car, and, you know, I'll just move on from there. But yeah, solid day of sales. It is Friday morning, and I have 4 things to pack up and ship out today. First up, I sold one of these vintage Rusty Wallace t-shirts. Yesterday, I got around to listing all these. So these vintage shirts were very hard to figure out how to price them, because a lot of them I couldn't even find online, and some of them I could find, but not the same size, and just the condition matters. There's just so many variables on how to price these shirts. So it's very difficult to price these. I don't think I underpriced any of them, except maybe this one, because this one sold right away. All the other ones didn't sell. So my concern is hopefully I didn't overprice most of them, but that's why I lower the price of my listings every month, just in case that happened. But yeah, this one ended up selling for $19.99. However, it was in really rough shape. Like it's kind of hard to see, but there's like yellow stains all over the shirt, the collar. There's like a mark there on the back too. Obviously, I disclosed all this in the listing, and kind of why I priced it pretty cheap. But yeah, it's a cool shirt nonetheless. But yeah, I'll take the $20 for it. I saw one sold listing for this shirt. I don't remember if it was the same size though, for $60, but they took a best offer. So if I'm going to guess, I'm going to say they got $40 or $50 for it, but it was in a good condition shirt, and this one's kind of beat up. So I just priced it $20 and it sold, and I will take the 20 because I have a bunch of these vintage racing shirts left, and they're all listed at this point. So we'll see how that goes. Next up, sold this little lot of manga. These are in Japanese. This little lot I paid $2.55 for. Ended up selling for $16.99. It'll obviously ship media mail, so nice little sale there. Next up, finally sold this box set of VHS tapes, this like Mafia series thing. This is brand new sealed. I got this from an estate sale a long time ago, and I remember that estate sale. I straight up swept the floor there. Like, I sold a cowbell for more than everything I paid for. Like, that paid for more than everything I got, and I got a bunch of other stuff I already sold too. But I got a couple of these VHS box sets, and these things have just been sitting for like over a year. This thing finally sold for $19.99. It'll ship media mail, so after fees and shipping, I'm going to take around $10 to $12 profit on this, which I'm fine with, but I'm just more happy to get this thing out. It's big and taking up space, and finally it's sold. And last up for the day, I sold this Trains of Illinois DVD. This is pre-owned, paid $1 for it, sold for $11.24. So here's this big old box of the VHS tapes all packed up. This is a 12 by 10 by 8 box, so for me this is a pretty large box, but in general it's really not. But yeah, so this thing weighed 4 pounds 7 ounces. So to ship this media mail, it only cost $4.92, which after fees and shipping left my profit on these VHS at $11.71, which fell like right in the middle of the $10 to $12 I thought I was going to make. This is only going a couple states over. So if this thing was going to like California or something, then yeah, it would cost a lot more. But to ship this thing priority would have been $9.11. So that's why I mentioned sometimes that if stuff goes media mail, that's why I do it, because that's like a $5 difference in shipping for the item. However, media mail is super slow, especially now. In a situation like this, though, I just have to ship it media mail. Sometimes when I'm shipping single DVDs, if it's a more expensive DVD, I will just ship it first class over media mail. Just pay the few extra cents just so it gets to the customer faster and there's no problems, because media mail takes a long time to arrive. It says 2 to 8 business days. It's always closer to 8, and right now it's taking longer. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's why I mentioned sometimes on big heavier items that they're shipping media mail, because the price difference can be huge. All right, perfect example. I'm shipping this Trains of Illinois DVD next, and I ran into a situation like I was just talking about. A lot of times if it's 4 ounces or less, see here, media shipping is $280 and first class is only $284. Sometimes that happens if it's going to the same zone or a close zone. So in this case, I'm going to pay the 4 cents extra to ship this first class. It's not worth the hassle of taking the risk on media mail to save 4 cents. And also sometimes first class shipping is actually $2.78 if it's going super close and it's under 4 ounces. So it's actually cheaper by a couple cents sometimes to ship it first class. But yeah, just ran into this example right after I was talking about it, so I figured I'd show you guys. It is Saturday morning and I have 7 things to ship out today. First up, sold a pair of skating shoes. These are pre-owned. However, they're in pretty good condition, I'd say. These are America's. I paid $7.50 for these at a yard sale. They took a little while to sell, finally sold for $34.24. They'll ship priority, but there's still room for profit here, so nice sale there. I got a bunch of DVDs going out. First up, the $6 Million Man Season 2. This is sealed. This was part of the $200 haul I just got last week. This already sold for $14.99. Next up, American Pie, The Naked Mile. This is sealed, paid $1 for it, sold for $9.99. Sold Open Range. This is sealed as well, paid $1 for this, sold for $9.99. Next up, Greatest Moments NBA Finals. This is sealed, paid $1 for this, sold for $9.99. Next up, I sold one of these vintage Transformers. This is incomplete. It's the Red Alert Fire Chief. It did have some of the accessories though. This thing ended up selling for $39.99, so nice sale there. It's super light. It'll just ship first class, so can't complain. And then last up for the day and also for the week, sold this Xbox 360 game, Birds of Steel. Paid $1 for this at a yard sale, sold for $14.24. This, for some reason, didn't have the original Xbox case. It just had like a generic case, but it had like the disc and the manual and everything. So I don't know if that affected the value. It might have been why this thing took a long time to sell, but I'll take it. And the numbers for the week, I sold 36 items for a total gross sales of $718.71. So really good week. I've been having some pretty slow weeks in the past. This is one of the better weeks I've had in quite a while, so I'm really happy to see that. Ultimately, I've never hit it, but I'd like to do $1,000 in sales in 1 week, but I've never done that. I've gotten close before, but I think more realistically, if I could somehow land between $750 and $1,000 per week consistently, that'd be my goal, but it's just very difficult with the amount of time that I have to actually work on eBay. But I know it's possible because this week was very close, so, you know, that's the ultimate goal there, and this is definitely a step in the right direction. The $200 haul that I did last week, I listed most of those items already. Not all of them. Some of the pre-owned ones, I'm waiting for my disc cleaner to arrive, which should be coming in a couple days, so I should have that by next week. So aside from those pre-owned items that I need to clean, I listed like everything basically, which was really good because I basically got it straight up on eBay. And I've sold 5 of those items just in the first week. Sold a CD for $20, a DVD for $25, another CD for $15, a shirt for $20, and another DVD for $15. So I have $95 in sales just in the first week from that $200 haul. So that haul is looking really good right now, and that doesn't even count any of those rare CDs that I have over 100 of. So nice progress there. I did also go sourcing this week, so I'll have a video for you guys showing you what I picked up. I picked up some more stuff, and that will be out in a couple days. I think I listed all that stuff because I was just kind of like bored and tired of listing all the vintage action figures that I've been doing, and because those require a lot of research. So just to list some like sealed product like DVDs and CDs, it's just I could just fly through that. So I think that's why I got all those listed. I was just so used to having to list all these figures and do all this research that I just plowed through it. So that was really nice. But yeah, that's going to be all for this video. The link to my eBay store is in the video description. Until next time.
I'm sweeping and packing these dividends I keep stacking to the roof. I'm out of room. I'm gonna have to get a bigger broom.